G'day everyone. Proud to say Barkarati is brought to you by Radix Nutrition, makers of the most technically comprehensive nutrition products that have ever existed. Unlock your potential with Radix. G'day listeners, welcome to Barkarati the Sailing Podcast. My name's Jordan Spencer and it's that time of the week where I get to hang out with some really cool sailors, but of course I have to share the mic with my two idiot mates. So first off, let's welcome Mr. Shaky Head, Mr. Brett Perry.
Greetings, exalted one.
What the hell were you doing there, baby?
Just doing some stretches. I'm busy.
You made it hard for me to concentrate on my intro. Your head was going everywhere. Anyway,
that's my job.
Yeah.
That was the goal. No, mate. Busy. How busy are we all? We're having to move our sort of chats around just to fit in everyone's busy schedules. We're talking early in the morning to get this one out of the way, and I've got to shoot off for probably one of the most important topics of one's life, and that's beer prices at the local sailing club.
I'm glad you're tied down with the big stuff, mate, the important stuff. That's good to know.
Well, we've got the AGM at the Drummoyne Sailing Club, and it's question number one, hot on the topic. So we're all over it.
Love it. Cool. All right. Well, while you debate that, I'll get in the other bloke.
He had a voice that could make a wolverine purr.
Probably got a French accent, Mr. Nick Bass.
Not sure why it's French.
Oh, weren't you in Corsica for a while?
Well, I was in Corsica.
Yeah.
Oh, don't call the Corsicans French either.
Oh, no. Well, they're whatever. Yeah. They're nothing. Yeah, but they speak French,
kind of northern Sardinians.
Yeah, but don't they?
And don't call
French?
the Sardinians Italians.
Yeah.
And don't call the Maltese Italians or they're Maltese. So
Sardinians are southern Corsicans, aren't they?
What? Hang on. What language do they speak on Corsica?
If you're ordering.
All right, let's move past this. This is stupid. Anyway,
we missed last week. Mr. Bobblehead here, you could make one of those little things, just a few little, Brett, with that little intro you did to take Jordan's attention away. What took my attention away, I was just running through the spreadsheet, the run sheet here, and we've got the intro and then a little thing saying Jordan Wank.
We do.
Yeah. All right. So we'll wait for that, listeners. So.
Oh, you want me to tell you?
No, I'm sure it's just your little intro. That's the intro.
No. So I got to say, so the name Jordan, right? The name Jordan was sort of came around a couple of thousand years ago. during the Crusades when the knights would get baptized in the River Jordan and they go home and change their name and call themselves Jordan, right? The name died away, right? So my love for language and etymology of words. Name died away, and I have always wondered where my old man came up with, because my dad said he came up with the idea for my name, right? And I always wondered where he got the idea from, like whether he went back, because I've never met an older bloke, a guy that's older than me with the name Jordan, right? I figured I was the first on the planet. Had a discovery last week. There was a famous case where Hedy Lamarr, famous actress, had to go to court, got a bit of publicity in the year I was born, right? And her lawyer, his name was Jordan. First name Jordan, last name Wank.
Wank. Wank. Jordan Wank.
And I was just thinking, it's that must have been the inspiration.
Well, I was wondering what river you were blessed in Papua New Guinea for your father to name you Jordan.
Yeah. I don't know, no idea.
Oh, the famous River Jordan in Papua New Guinea. Yeah.
But anyway, so that was it. So the guy, I suspect that where the name has come from, the guy's name was Jordan Wank. And I'm going to have words with my dad just to discover this. But anyway, that's it. I've
got to say, it's appropriate. I like it.
Jordan Wank ESQ. Jordan Wank.
This could go anywhere, this conversation. It could descend really hard. But anyway, we'll move on.
But anyway, we've all been on tour a little bit. You've been in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Just checking in with your favourite press. I like that.
I found out a couple of things in the States. Went for a wander, and the first day I missed the Annapolis boat show because I got delayed by about 10 hours, and I landed at 3:30 in the morning. I had to sleep. I couldn't get there, so I was devastated. But I did wander around later on in the afternoon and discovered that Jesus loves me. There was nearly every person wandering around with that on their T-shirt. And
it's what? Jesus loves Jordan?
It's just
Jordan.
You.
And Jordan fan club.
At some stage, Mr. John Schaefer would have to say the number one fan of Barkarati and man from Ministry of Sailing. He's come down from Annapolis because I didn't get up there. Wandered into the Defence Trade Show that I was spending my time at, and said g'day. And remember when we first started, we made 10 baseball caps with the little karate logo.
Yeah.
I had one stashed away. It was the last one in the history. It's an item of history. I thought, you know what, Shafe deserves it, so I took it for
the OG. Yeah, good.
And gave that to him, and he was very chuffed. And we ended up having a few beers and having a chat, and God, he's an interesting bloke. He's done some stuff, I tell you.
Oh, hadn't he just?
I had a great time. We had a ball. We were just sitting there, and I was supposed to be working, but I did sneak off for a little quiet tipple. For a meeting. Sorry, a meeting. Important business.
Very strict, important meeting. Exactly. Yeah.
But I had a great time catching up with him, and we swapped stories non-stop. I think the poor people sitting next to us at the other tables was just shaking their heads, going, "What have these two blokes done in their life?" But anyway, it was great to see him. Well,
and firmly in contention, as you mentioned, for Listener of the Year as well, if he hasn't taken it out already.
I think
for 2025. Yeah.
I'd have to give him. I know there's a few people fight for the number one spot. We get some pretty regular commentary, but Shafe really pushes hard. So
yeah.
Anyway,
here.
Cool.
And obviously, I'll bring it up during a bit of hot time. But since last episode, of course, the Round Corsica race, and then the Malta Middle Sea race, the Middle Sea race. So. Fun times.
Looking forward to that conversation. A fair bit of sailing. There's been plenty going on, and we've got a lot to get through. Should we bring in our guest?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This one.
Our guest this week. If you go back to the whole year and look at photos of people on boats at all the different regattas around the world, 98% chance that this person will be in all of those photos. This person is absolutely having a go at everything. So racing skiffs, 18-foot skiffs, 12-foot skiffs, Admiral's Cup, did a whole multi-hole immersion clinic, double-handed racing in Med, saw it Sail GP, Cherubs, X2s, Sydney to Hobart, the Coffs, Gold Coast. It's just non-stop. We're going to have to come up with some nickname. We need a nickname for someone that gets into everything. But for the start, we'll introduce her as Andrea Davey. Welcome to the show. Andrea, I mentioned so many things that you're doing, but the one thing I didn't mention, and I saved to last, is that you are about to do a full Mini Transat campaign. You're going for the Mini Transat in 2027. So... Is there nothing you won't do on a sailing boat? You just love it.
I'm pretty into all of it. Have just gotten into I haven't sailed minis a lot. I did my first delivery on one in May this year. That was from Dublin to Lorient in France, so a good 400 miles. So we got a bit of everything, and that was a really good experience to get to know the boat before I dived into it. But
before you dived into it, when I met you last year, you had already dived in it. You hadn't got the boat at that stage, and you were dived into it. You've done everything since. We've listed up what you have done. We'll talk a bit about that. One of the things, and one of the things we talk about on this show is pathways, and this is an amazing story considering how much is involved, and coming from experience, is involved in doing a mini campaign. And hopefully this episode will teach a few people, maybe even give a few people a bit of inspiration. So, I mean, how long have you wanted to do the mini? Because coming from Australia, not a lot of people know about it, and especially females. There's only been a handful of people from Australia immerse themselves, because it is a full immersion. It has to be a full immersion. 2 years of hard work in front of you.
Yeah. I only found out about the minis in 2024 or late 2023, so it hasn't been a long lead up, and that was from learning about the figures, and then kind of that looked like something to do for sure, but how do you get into all of it? You know what I mean? And they've got this really cool kind of, it's a pathway set up in France where you enter in with the minis and you kind of work your way up. So the minis kind of seemed like my in to start my, I guess, career in offshore sailing.
Absolutely, and what a way to do it. Yeah. I mean, I got an email from you, last year out of the blue, and obviously then met you in England, and the heart was set and going. It's not easy to find a boat if you don't have your own boat, but to get the class, if you like, to take you seriously. It's very hard for them because they've got so many people doing it, and you've come from Australia. You're very young, and they're going, oh well, let's see how it goes. But you've really got to put your foot down, haven't you?
Yeah, for sure. Having to ask a million questions to the class, class mini, in English, and you kind of have to, work your way in and show that you're actually serious about it. To the class association, to the guy who's lifting your boat in and out the water, to the coach, you show up there and you don't really I don't speak the language perfectly just yet. We're working on it every day. But you kind of have to really show that you're serious about it, and you've got to. We've had debriefs and stuff for trainings, and you've got to ask questions in a way that shows you actually understand what's going on. And I don't have the terminology in French just yet, but it's also hard for the coaches and things because they don't necessarily have the terminology in English. But we will get there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, just ask Jay. He's very good at French with the accents.
Got a few swear words. So, an Aussie doing the Mini Transat, it's a big thing. We love the Mini Transat. We're focused in on it every time it goes ahead. So 27 is our next run. There's been 10 Australians do the Mini Transat in the past. I think, according to your information, only 6 finishes, 1 female competitor back in 2015, and you're the second and only Aussie entered for this time for the Mini Transat. Are you scared at all? Genuinely not going out in the water, but of the size of the project you're taking on?
Yes, I'm quite terrified actually. I don't think I've done anything in my life really that's had a 2-year. I mean, I've done uni degrees and that kind of thing, but really my own thing that I'm just investing. My parents aren't pushing me. They're not pushing me at all.
Yeah, the opposite.
I think they're ultra scared about it as well.
Yeah.
Just quickly on that, you're from Hunters Hill, aren't you?
I grew up in the hills in Sydney, west. So it was like a good 40-minute drive to like Greenwich or Lane Cove, where I grew up sailing.
That's right. Greenwich, yes.
Yeah, but both my parents sailed, so it doesn't matter how long it takes. We're down there every weekend.
It's
pretty good.
But clearly, I think it looks like when we look at when I go through and did all my research for the show, because I've never met you before. You've got a couple of brothers, I think, and so you're out there sailing all the time. Like it looks to me like you've been a persistent water rat from the moment you got your chance to go sailing. Like I'm guessing it was onto the Cherubs, onto the 29ers, and every skiff you could do, and then just keep everything else. Is that right?
Well, I watched my brother sail for quite a while before I went sailing, actually. I think my youngest brother was in the boat at like 6 or something, like super young. And he's only 18 months younger than me. But I think I only got in a sailboat at 11. So I did my good deal of watching. I was a ballerina at a young age, so that was my thing. And but my parents didn't push me into it at all. But I was always around the sailing club, and then I decided before one season I thought I might give that a go. And of course my dad is probably waiting for this moment. He was like, okay, great, we'll get your boat, like let's go. A couple months after, we were up in Southport for the Sabo Nationals, both like me and my brother, separate boats, but both 2-up crews, and they're in these big like waves getting towed out the seaway. So it was we were full into it really quick.
I can tell you, Andrea, there's another sailor that had to choose between the ballerina pathway, the ballet pathway. I shouldn't say ballerina, I should say ballet pathway, and sailing. And that is Dylan Fletcher, Olympic gold medalist and skipper of SailGP's GBR team.
All right.
Did you know that?
Okay. No, I had no idea.
He's a lovely bloke, fantastic guy, really determined. So, there's no limit. In fact, the pathway's set. You've got it's all on. I know you were at SailGP in Sydney last time. So, the opportunity.
Aren't you sort of a bit partial to wearing ballet shoes, Jordan, on the side of the boat?
I did, yes, I did. I was renowned for it. Yes. Rubber ballet-looking shoes.
Poor
That's
Andrea,
exactly
she's going, what?
On trapeze. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Do you know, like that skill set? Like, so one of the things obviously you associate with ballet is that you're smaller, right? So physically light and lean. Is that, and I'm pretty certain that's who you are. I can see your head. I can't see your whole physique. But does strength, being a smaller person, does that impact on the way you sail?
I mean, I think, sometimes I think it can be like something I work on for sure. And I think it's also something that I haven't really let stop me in any way. Like I sailed 12 last season, 12-foot skiffs, and I don't think I'm the right size for that boat. I think.
No. So Andrew did the 12-foot.
Listeners, going to say, go on, Joe. You can finish that one.
12-foot skiff into Dominions in New Zealand. So, yep.
Absolutely nuts little boat. We would say sail area for Africa.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't owned a skiff before. I'm lucky enough to have always steered but never owned the boat. So I kind of, wait until someone is like, oh, would you like to go sailing on this? And then I jump at it because of course I do. Yeah. And so yeah, that I was replacing, or the skipper of this particular 12 had just retired, because I think I'm not sure if this is offensive, but into his 80s. He's quite an old guy, but he's got so many years of experience.
Yep.
But he is at least twice my weight, I think. And the crew is not that heavy, I don't think. He's not a big guy. But I think the crews that work best for the 12, so like the two kind of, at least 80 kilo guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have just sailed a cherub in the regatta, and you probably would have been the right setup.
Exactly. We were down to 4th rig, which is cherub size on most of the days. But it means so we sized down a rig from the rest of the fleet, it means we are not really competitive, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you give it up.
But there were some, there were some days. It was a really tough regatta because we had over 20 knots each day, and I think we were kind of going from 3rd to 4th rig in 18 knots. So but there was 2 light days where I think everyone was on 1st rig and we were on 2nd rig, and we could we were in the fleet, which was really exciting.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Speaking of exciting, one of the things I saw you doing, I found out, so the skiff stuff, and have you been doing much on the 18 at all? I know you sort of, are you doing a bit with Beck or not?
No, we were kind of training together, and that kind of all fell through at the beginning of the season, so I never actually got to do a full season. But yeah, we've taken other directions.
Yeah.
But they're such cool boats, the 18s.
Yeah, they are. A lot of weight there, so they are. You need a bit of you need a bit of size. But the one I was interested in, I saw you doing this year, was the immersion clinic with multi-hulls. I think that was part of the Magenta project thing. Now that looks pretty cool. Tell us what boat you were out on and what you were doing.
So that was on an Ocean 50 in Laureate, and it was called a Trimaran Immersion Clinic with the Upwind by Mer Concept Ocean 50 in conjunction with the Magenta project, and that was 3-4 days of total immersion into this Ocean 50 world, which only 3 of us got to do. So it was, just something I've never really had a chance to even look at. You see all these boats down in Laureate, you don't even dare, you kind of gawk as you walk past, but they're up here, you're not kind of talking to them. So the really cool thing to chat to the skippers, see on the boat, unbelievable opportunity. I loved it.
Got to say, Pete, for those, I think we've mentioned it in the past, but if you haven't gone to Lorient and you don't understand what it's like there, you can't imagine, everything is there. You've got the big submarine bases, you've got the manufacturers, I think Marlin are there, for example. There's all sorts of stuff, and there's just cool boats everywhere. And if you go down to your local supermarket, as you hop out, you bang your door into one of the team cars, it's always, there's just people everywhere, If you've got to go to the laundromat, one of the sailors will be in there. It's so busy, it's an incredible...
We do mention it's the mecca of sailing, there's no question. And when you are there, and like you say, Andrea, you don't want to be that person walking around being a pest and speaking to everyone, but sometimes you've got to be there, and you've got to be the squeaky wheel, and you've got to make yourself known, and you've got to you've got to sort of be somewhat confident of your ability, but also your personality, and that's probably the biggest test. Would you say? Doing what? I mean, I having experienced it. Rocking up there as not knowing anyone really, other than maybe a couple of contacts, and then just showing up. It's a big thing for you.
Yeah, for sure. I did the whole come down here with my eyes the size of dinner plates last year and sussed it all out. But also still at this stage, I didn't think it was somewhere I would be living. You know what I mean? This, you talk about this world, it's so very insular, but not, we don't have anything like this in Sydney kind of thing.
It's a very good point. We don't have anything like this in Sydney. In fact, this entire Southern Hemisphere, really. I mean, and for the Aussies, very few people know about the Mini Transat, the boat, and what's required to do it, the rules, and where even the races go. When I say to someone, "Oh, by the way, I've done this with 21-foot ocean-going solo boats that sail across the Atlantic," they go, "What?" It isn't big in Australia. No. And here you are giving it a crack. I think it's good promotion for young Australians to have a look at it. So, continue the pioneer path, as we say.
Yes. I think this is going to be one of the really difficult things, is trying to make people understand that this is a very common thing here. You know what I mean? It's I was talking about this little bubble, no one that's in it is oh wow, that's so amazing, because everyone's doing it. But you step out and people can't really understand why or how it kind of works, because it's quite a foreign concept, I guess. But yeah.
There's training squads. There's people out training on mocker boats, on the minis, every day of the week. There's all these different squads and coaches out there, and it's full bore, And so when you are immersed, for people are campaigning. It's not to win. If you were to get on the podium in Mini Transat, that's a major, major deal. That's not easy. And, you, especially because you don't really have the technology coming onto the boat, where you're not going to get all the weather systems. You've got to listen to radio weather reports in French, and that's it. And you've got to make so you're going to have to learn how to read the clouds, and do all that sort of stuff. And do long range forecasting. We'll have to introduce you to sci-fi, so you've got someone who could do some weather modelling for you.
Yeah, that's the way forward.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to tell us about the boat?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And how hard it's been to get one.
I have a what's called a maxi. It's the type of mini. It's called a maxi. Yeah. And I've been absolutely spoiled, because this is the only type of mini that I've actually sailed on, and supposedly it's the best. So of course I want this one. But a scow bow boat, series boat, so they're all the same. And yeah, only 6.5 meters of her. Pretty
all 6.5 meters and 3 meters wide.
Yes. The coach the other day in training, he was trying to talk about stacking over waves or in swell, and he was talking about stacking forward to windward and saying, this is how it works, because the boat is a cube.
Yes, it is a cube, 100%. Telling a square across the dock.
Yes. So they perform like a 6.5 meter boat upwind, I think, but downwind they fly. They are so much fun. I just brought the boat from La Rochelle to Lorient 2 weeks ago now, and we got like 17 knots of boat speed. It was ridiculous.
It always used to be a laugh for us when we used to go out sailing when we, for the day, and would go out and you'd do sort of 5 knots upwind. You'd bash away for a while. Or the other side of it is if it was downwind when you left the dock, you'd have so much fun. 2 hours later, you're 30 miles down the track, and then you got to realise you've got to bang home for 6 hours.
Yeah. A lot of give and take there.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a disparity, Jordan. So for the international, for the listeners, the mini fleet comprises of 2 fleets. You've got, as Andrea just said, she's got a series boat, which is exactly what she said. It's got the size parameters, 6.5 long, 1.6 deep or something, and 3 meters wide. It's got an aluminium rig. It's got stainless rigging. It's designed as not entry level as such because it's taken very seriously, but it's got caps on expenses to keep the boat accessible. The next one is the prototypes, and prototypes is all open, gung ho, do what you want. And some of those boats can get up to nearly $500,000. So it's all carbon, canting keels, rotating rigs, and there is some mad professors that go so far that they just don't even know how to sail the bloody things. But you can see the difference in the designs, and a lot of design steps or leaps forward, if you like, have come from the minis, such as foiling.
Yeah, it's crazy. And breaking speed records, like the 24-hour speed records for other classes as well. Yeah, they do ridiculous things.
It's pretty exciting sort of sailing, and it's great. One of the things that BP always mentions when we talk about the minis, and let's be honest, we talk about them a lot because he loves them, is that, you sort of end up, everyone's on the bones of their ass trying to make this happen, and you live in your boat, you do everything. And so you've made this big decision to roll the dice and go and do this. Do you remember what the thought process was to get to this stage? Did you just wake up and go, I might go and do this now, or was it like a lot of planning?
There was a good amount of planning for sure, and a lot of delaying. I think I looked at it as something that I was like, oh wow, that would be really cool to do, but I didn't actually think I'd be brave enough to jump into it. I kind of surprised myself. You get to that point where you're like, okay, I've done all my research. I have to trust myself now and take that big jump. But no, I did. From that delivery on the Mini in May, that kind of first started off my my searching. So that's a good 6 months, I think. Trying to learn everything I can. But still, I'm asking a lot of questions all the time. So I looked into buying boats and renting boats and sails as well. I'd really like to make my own set of sails for my Mini. Yep. We will see if that happens, but it would be really cool. And
so you've ended up leasing a boat, is that correct?
Yes.
Which was, I think the number, was it 1158 was the number?
No, 1118.
1188, sorry, yes.
No, 1118.
Okay. Yeah, 1118. So that's the 1118th Mini ever built. So that's how it works. So if you see that number on the side, if you do log in and watch them, that's what that number means on the side. So you can see the generational changes over the years. Scow bow, and as you say,
pretty powerful and very fast. So fun times ahead.
118. She's full luxury accommodation down below. I think that's my understanding.
Exactly. I have. What you mentioned before, Jordan, about like full like diving into this. Like a lot of mini sailors, I think, will stay on the boat for a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
Stay like they'll live in a van, that kind of thing. So I went to have a handover with the boat in La Rochelle and was kind of like waiting to find someone to do the delivery with, waiting for a good window, this kind of thing. I ended up sleeping on the boat for at least 5 nights, I think, anyway. And this is like, we're into autumn now. Most people would say it's not that cold, but being an Australian, I was there like, I wore my bear suit to sleep every night. I was in a sleeping bag and it had a little heater going. I was so cold.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because they're a nothing little boat. Part of the rules, Jordan, is that it has to have a sealed bulkhead with foam in it. It can be surfboard foam or, so basically makes up pretty well a bunk all the way from the front to the back of the boat, and it's just fiberglass. So yeah, you've got some lovely comfort to lay on.
It looks like a coffin inside. In reality.
What's that?
It looks like a coffin inside. In reality, it's cool.
Yeah, the beauty is though, and this is for everyone listening, that people may say, "Oh, I'm not going to go to sea on a 21-footer." They are extremely seaworthy and extremely safe. So they're it's not a joke. These boats, they're real ocean going boats. So
very cool
and built for racing.
Built for racing, yeah. It's super cool. Like one of the great things, obviously you're pulling together a campaign. You're going to be chasing sponsors and looking for that, and we'll get you to plug that in a minute. But you're going to get whoever sponsors you is just going to get such good video off these things. They just look so awesome when they're smoking along downhill. They get 2 years of just unreal footage. And so when you do the activation piece, like if you get guests on or you go and do talks for them, you'll be able to put up all this footage, and the people watching will just be like, wow, like it's just insane. You'll be able to do some really good promotion for. Whoever sponsors you is going to get great value because they look so cool.
Yeah, I hope so. And a good amount of sail area as well.
Yeah, that's it. Absolutely. So big logos.
Which actually brings to that question. We touched on it a while ago about sail area and obviously the strength factor. You've been sailing on the boat on a delivery. You've done some miles on many other boats. Have you been speaking to people, particularly who may be of your sort of size and stature? Because ultimately, there's techniques and there's systems that you can, put in play that make it easier for you. So have you got your head around that, or is it a bit too early still?
It's a little bit early, but also it's a small boat. Like systems aren't quite that difficult. I think the coach the other day was kind of like, "Hey, Joe, you need to pull your main on some more." And like getting towards the end of that, it was like a little bit, it was a bit difficult. But maybe that's something like I can add a fine tune onto it, kind of thing.
Yes.
But yeah, the kite bags are like it's like a toy kite. They are so small. It's like the size of the bag for the 12.
Yeah, I was just going to say, being a skiff lass, coming from the skiff background, this would be nothing to you. And then, all the keelboat stuff you've been doing as well. So yeah, everything's small for you, isn't it? It's easy.
Yeah, people were saying like when I started talking about, I think I'm going to get into the minis, like this kind of thing. You know, I really like the figures. You know, everyone kind of, they look at me like this and Andrew, you're the perfect size for a mini.
Yeah. Standing headroom for you.
Well, I got to say, I have.
Yeah.
I have hit my head quite a lot going down below on the things, and they're not exactly by law. It's 1.4 meters headroom, Jordan. That's the smallest you can be. And
that's the circumference of my head, BP.
So that gives you an idea of how small they actually are, and so and Jordan and I, who definitely exceed the 6 foot range. Which is well and truly ducking down 50 centimetres near on. So it's definitely definitely not easy. But as you say, that's a plus. But then again, it's they're very demanding boats to sail. People may think they're small, but to do them at the elite level, which these guys do, they do not stop and they push hard. So that's going to be the test.
Yeah. How do you go without sleep?
We will see. I didn't get any. I'm a little bit nervous about that, I think. I didn't sleep at all on the delivery. I think part of that was nerves, but also I took a crew member who did a lot of sleeping. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm not a napper. I'm not a napper in everyday life.
Yeah.
But I think these little 15 minutes.
Hours.
Yeah, and who doesn't?
Oh yeah, it's a crime, this sailing gig. Like I reckon everybody has a skill in life that they're the best at. One of the best in the world at. Like everyone has something. You just got to find it. And I've worked out sleeping is the skill. Like if it was an Olympic sport, I'm certain I would have won a heap of gold.
Triple gold medalist.
and that doesn't make you a good offshore sailor necessarily, But when you're asleep, I guess you get it done quick.
And Andrea, I'm assuming you're blessed in the seasickness side, but does that not affect you? You haven't had any issues there, or go
on. No, I get very seasick.
Oh wow!
Okay. It is an ongoing challenge. It's always something I'm working on. I think I've got my kind of techniques to pull myself out of it. Again, which is ginger beer and dry crackers.
Yep.
And a good amount of ondansetron.
I think also though, once it becomes second nature with what you're doing, because an element of it is fear. I mean, there's no question that the body sort of does spin out a little bit. But I think, it's like we talked to Scott Shaw about it, who you may have heard of. Scott Shaw, obviously getting the Mocha World, had a big problem with it, but he's managing it now and he's working out how to do it. So may well worth having a chat to him about what he does, because ultimately it can be extremely debilitating. But if you can manage it, then that's a good thing. And I think time on the water, you'll be more relaxed. And being this far out from the race, it's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think, being seasick and being solo is
nervous,
pretty scary.
Yep.
But I'm hoping. I mean, being solo in itself, that's something I'm a bit scared of at the moment. Haven't done any solo sailing just yet.
Which makes it even a bigger task ahead. I know, it's exciting, and there's all these barriers that you're going to be, jumping through. It's going to every day is going to be, I did that, no worries, sign that off.
Yeah, for sure.
You've done, but I think we need to highlight for the listeners, like, at the intro, we talked about all the different things. We talked about you in the Admiral's Cup. We talked about, your double-handed stuff. We talked about, all the different sailing that you've been doing, in Australia, the Sydney to Hobart. There's a great photo from the start of last year's Hobart in the back corner of the boat, big grin on the back of your face, on the front of your face. Sydney to Gold Coast, the coughs, and since you've been over in Europe, you've been pretty much sailing non-stop as far as I can work out. You're doing everything. You've been doing double-handed stuff. You've been doing the Figaros. You've been doing, as I said, the Admiral's Cup, and you guys did really well. You were part of the French team, so your French must have improved as part of that experience.
Oh, yeah. It had to. It was like an unbelievably quick crash course.
What? we have a funny thing. Spanish sailor Nettie, he learned his English in a boatyard, and Nettie.
Well, in my container.
Yeah, and every second word Nettie is fluent. His Spanish is his first language, but every second word in English for him is the F word. Like he literally just that's his growing up. That's how he learned his English. That's how everyone speaks in the boatyard, sort of thing. And that's how. And I'm wondering if that sort of correlates for you in French. Every time you speak in French, you're throwing merde or whatever. Have you got a few swear words in French?
Exactly. I was saying one of my tasks for this week has been to master the pronunciation of putain, which I'm not sure if we're there yet. I have to and you always say it in an angry way. So, putain. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of that going on during the cup, but
no.
Yeah.
So you sailed. You got to. So that meant doing the Fastnet, doing the Admiral's Cup. You got. You're in the second division fleet. So the smaller boat, the Albator team. Is that right?
Yeah.
How cool was that?
So cool. Yeah. Just such a wow thing to be involved in. I didn't think I would be there, especially not yet. But yeah, wow. And the people that I was sailing against and sailing with, it was very small fish in a big pond, and so cool.
When you get in a group like that, in a fleet full of fantastic sailors, right? You've got all the, are you brash and trash talker? Are you up in someone's face? Are you willing to give it to them, or you're really quiet and shy?
Ooh, I think I can deal it out on the water if I'm skiff sailing, but in this kind of fleet, nope.
Well, that's a good answer, because no one likes anything.
I love it.
I think it comes back to what you said earlier, Jay, about how she's in everything, and this year in particular. I mean, Andrea, you've done some of the things that only a lot of people could dream of doing, and now moving forward to this next step. Just perfect example of commitment. I guess that's what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, sticking to stuff and help letting it build on where you're trying to go. But it has been a real my experience from everywhere and the connections from everywhere, I think.
For sure, but that's what it is. It's networking. It's meeting people. It's being available. Number one. It's also, as we say, pick up a broom and sweep the floor. Just be a good person, and it'll come your way. So it's kind of we just reiterating that again, aren't we, Jordan?
Well, I'm interested. So obviously, when you're sailing dinghies, you're often mostly helming. You're perfect size to be a helm. You're too small to hit from from the wire, so you're the perfect size. You could just dish it out. But on a keelboat, as you move into the keelboat world, what sort of roles are you getting? Because when you go on the Mini, you've got to do everything. So I'm wondering, are you throwing yourself into every role? Are you getting better at navigation? What are the things you're trying to do when you're on these boats?
This kind of, for a little bit of background, this interestingly was a big question I had for myself when stepping into sailing on yachts, because, skiffs, it's all kind of right there. You understand how to make the boat work and you're in control. But stepping into, sailing on yachts, I was kind of like, what can I do? I know I can drive, but no one's going to invite me along to drive their boat.
Hang on, no. This is mine. Get off the wheel. This is me.
Step aside. This was kind of, I guess, what led me down this path of I want to be able to do everything, so I guess I have to go double-handed sailing.
Yeah.
And this also kind of how am I meant to get on a team being a small female was also a question. So yeah, it was for sure. I want to go double-handed sailing. I want to learn, how to make it all work and be able to do it all. And I think this is probably I need to feel like I'm in control, like I've got my head around everything. But I'm still doing new things on board. For the Admiral's Cup, I was mid-bow, and I've never done that before. So it was a new team, a new role, and a new language, and so it was a challenge. And
a challenge that the team actually ended up second. So it's not like you disgraced yourself, and all the team disgraced themselves. So you're doing something right there.
Yeah, and with Bauman, he didn't speak many words of English, so we had a lot of hand actions going on.
Well, one of the jokes about sailing with the French is always, every time they do a manoeuvre, they got to put out the fag, put out the cigarette. How do you go with that culture? It's not there, is it? It's all made up.
We didn't have any. No. Maybe we had one smoker on board, but yeah, no, I think we do quite well.
Yeah.
Rail chat was not really a thing.
No.
The small talk was minimal.
Yeah, they had their rail chat, and I was not involved.
Wow.
But you listen the whole time, and you try and kind of pick up things. I think by the end of the fastnet, I'm listening to the navigator give everyone else a kind of overview of what's going to happen, and then I started kind of trying to be is this what's going to happen? From my interpretation, from the words that I know, is this what you're talking about? Which was sometimes yeah, kind of, and other times
more or less.
Not.
Wow.
Something will happen.
It is an amazing story. I mean, were they accepting of that language barrier? I mean, in the heat of the moment, it's not easy to you have to have ultimate trust in just the abilities when you've got a language barrier. I guess that grew with time as you got more and more sailing with them.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I had to push for translations quite a bit, at least at the beginning. We did the Morgan Cup, as our kind of lead up training, get to know you kind of race. And yeah, I guess like building the confidence to actually be like, hey, like what's going on? Or like, do I need to, prepare something, or, what should I be thinking about? Because you don't like understand the background chat that's going on. So I feel like it was a lot of guessing, but also a lot of like a bit behind the rest of the team.
Wow.
Yeah, but we made it work, for sure. I think, for the inshore races we didn't translate at all, but this was really good for the teamwork and getting on top of what you're doing really quickly.
Yeah.
Setting up the mental processes in terms of what happens.
So good.
All right. We're sort of near the end of our time. So I do want to check in on a couple of things. One is next 2 years, we're doing the build up for Transat, Mini Transat. What are you going to be involved with? Like, you've done a lot of sailing on different boats. Are you going to continue to do that, or it's total focus on the Mini?
I hope that I will have time to still sail with the team and sail with other people.
Yeah.
I think as much as like solo sailing is going to teach me a lot of things, I think there's still like always things to learn from sailing with the crew, and I think that will be really important.
You do have double-handed
hopefully.
You do have double-handed races you can do, so that's always a good option, especially for the first season. I'd be focusing on that. Yeah.
Is it double-handed year this year? Sure. I can't remember. It is. It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think you do a little bit of both. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Mockers every second year it's double-hander, then 1 year's single-hander, next year's double-hander, I think. So I think we're up to double-hander.
Just touching back again on how serious this is. I mean, it basically, for the next 2 seasons, Andrea, you are going to be, as you say, immersing. It's a full season. There are so many races, and it's just about every second weekend there will be a race on. Obviously, you don't have to do all of them, but for experience-wise, you want to try and do as many as you can. So for especially the Australian listeners, or the people who aren't used to this fleet, it's very competitive and extremely busy. It's like full on.
Yeah, full program. I think that's also like I would like to do some other sailing, but I have to wait till we've got the race calendar and I've put in my preferences and I know kind of like what races I can do, and if I'll have time to do other races. I don't even know if I'll have time to have a job.
Well,
we will see.
For most, it's a job to do the seasons, but that's where I guess you got to also look at the other option of sponsors, and hopefully we can help there. But it's a huge thing, and to do it properly, it's a really big commitment.
For sure, but I'm excited to be fully like into it, like really focused and learn everything there is to know. I really I want to be competitive. Being like a little foreigner who doesn't supposedly really understand what's going on, and then like I can't wait to beat the French people.
Yeah. Why not?
I know, you've got to
go for
get out there, take it seriously, and learn as much. Listen, and look, I can say once you're there and you're into it, I mean, you'll find your group of you find your little group of people, of support people, and the French, the mini class itself are very, very warm. They're very accepting, and they love having foreigners there. So it's going to be it'll be a good learning experience from that side of it. But they do generally make sure that everyone is learning all the time, especially if you put the effort in.
Yeah, this is amazing. It's a very help each other kind of class.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. So if you do want to get behind Andrea and you think, I wouldn't mind having a look at the sponsorship package, and we can put you in touch, definitely. But, they've got a 88 million people cumulative audience, 11 million views on the website. nearly 4.5 million views on the tracker, 1,250 publications, including Baccarati following the event, and we get right behind it. But yeah, Andrea.Davey on Instagram is probably, am I allowed to say that? Andrea.Davey on Instagram is one way to reach you. Otherwise, reach us and we'll put you in touch. But yeah, we're pretty chuffed that you're amazing. Like the at your age and your size, everything, just to go for it. And that's just the heart of a lion, Andrea. So, you know, it's pretty cool. And I hope your mum survives it.
They'll be okay.
Very cool.
Yeah, well,
thank you so much.
You got lots of supporters and well wishers, and Andrea will definitely keep in touch, and feel free to contact us at any time. And have a great have a great couple of years.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for having me, guys. Thanks for your support always. Appreciate it.
Well, having been amongst that mini crowd, I can tell you that if there's one person who can actually do this and fully immerse, it's Andrea. She it's a huge effort to go the whole hog, and she's going to do this, and she's so proud of that boat. She's been pushing for the last, as we know, last year or two to try and get involved. So super proud of her, and let's see how it all goes, eh?
Well, I'm excited for her. It's a pretty cool thing. I mean, just you got to love the desire and the determination. So it's pretty cool. I'm wondering if maybe a bit of the whey protein DS Complex 1.61 from Radix, their whey protein, which will help with the amino acids and muscle protein synthesis, will help her with the strength she's going to need for that race.
I think it's highly likely.
It wouldn't doubt me in the slightest.
Oh, we're laughing because it just sounds ridiculous, but it's important, you know, like it is important. So that strength and keeping your muscle strength throughout a long race, like what the Transat, it's just going to be the Mini Transat's going to be pretty full bore. So that's why we mentioned it. But it just sounded so funny when I was saying it, so I had to laugh. But if you're interested and you're trying to do some endurance stuff and you want to keep your muscle lasting, then jump onto Radix Nutrition. Use Bar Karate as the discount code. Get a discount on us. Moving on, boys. Other events.
Moving right along.
Events coming up. For something completely unusual and very rare to mention on this show, the J70 World Championships taking place in Argentina.
They travel, don't they, these guys?
24 October.
Every second week the J70 World's on.
Well, it was the Corinthian Worlds a few weeks ago, I think, somewhere else. So, yeah, J70s. It's a fair program.
Oh, yeah. Anything with a J in front of it. Oh, fuck, here we go. Yeah, that's right. Can't believe I just said that.
You've been away too long. You nearly gave it away there, boys. You almost were nice.
Yeah, sorry. I'm going to back her off half a notch.
Okay.
The other thing is the Sydney Hobart. It's the 80th Sydney Hobart coming up. I think at least one of us is doing it. Maybe a few more. Final entries are in. So that's it. Entries are closed. 142 boats have entered the race. So that's...
Shall we mention it now? I did have it down in hot time, but isn't this perfect timing? Palm Beach 11, or formerly known as the yacht formerly known as Wild Oats 11, has entered under new ownership.
Yeah.
With Rico, as we all affectionately know him, obviously still taking the helm, but under his ownership as well. So it's and I believe they entered 2 hours before cutoff.
Right.
And the timing, the publicity it's generated, perfect for them.
I do want to ask, you know, Rico on the boat, you know, when it was owned by someone else, he had to tone it down a bit. I'm wondering now that Rico owns it, does he have to tone it down anymore, or is he can let the full Rico out?
I know, 100% composed for the whole time. There'll be no doubt. But I bet you the Channel 7 or whoever's going to make the coverage this year, they'll be pretty keen to get a few mics on him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
and some microphones as well.
It's boom, boom.
You'd be sitting there with your finger on the beep button, ready to go, wouldn't you?
No, it's very professional at that end of the sport. So there'll be nothing but, education. It'll actually be almost a documentary, I believe.
Mate, Rico is
reality show, boss.
Rico is an honorary ginger. He's got the red mist something hard. That bloke is honorary ginger.
Well, you wouldn't know.
A lot of pressure on a 100-footer.
Anyway, tune in if you want to learn some new swear words. It'll be great, and it's good to have. So there's quite a few good entries coming through. I think with the announcement that that boat's in, but obviously Sam Haynes, former guest on the show, we've got the Celestial in the Volvo 70 going again. That'll be cool.
Lucky.
Law Connect's there.
Hot off a race win, a couple of race wins.
Yep. Law Connect's there. Obviously, we get on real well with the boys on Law Connect. So
we'll have to obviously touch base with Big Tone.
Big time. Yeah. The Maritimo 100's going to be out, which is a bit more of a cruisy thing. I think Scallywag's going to make it back. So we're talking
Scallywag's going to be on the start line.
And then old Warrow, he's moved a long way from the shitter rule now. He's got a bigger mast in that thing, so he's away. There's going to be another friend of the show, Zar. Zar's going to be there with her all-female boat on First Light, so that's a good one. Then all the 52s, a lot of the old boats. It's going to be fun. 20 double-hander entries, BP. You must be wetting yourself.
Oh, well, it is the Hobart.
It's about 2 normal-sized boats worth of crew.
Yep.
All
right. Okay. All right. Enough of that idiot stuff.
Obviously, best of luck to Celestial 70. Looks as though you've probably got it one already. Well done.
Which boat are you going on,
you're on board, are you, Bossy?
Oh, yeah. I might be making the trip south. We'll see.
Okay, talking about events, a big one coming up as well in a few days' time. Bossy, with you arriving back from Malta, myself is jet setting off to Hong Kong for the Hong Kong to Vietnam race. So it seems
is that why we're talking about it?
Around the planet.
There we go.
Excellent. Hong Kong to Vietnam. What do you want, BP?
Oh, Cookson 50.
Oh, right.
Lovely.
Canting Keel, Cookson 50. Should go well.
Canting Keel, Cookson 50. It's, it is actually known as the downhill race. So, been watching the weather closely and, very much looks like that. So.
And guess what? It's a downhill race.
That's it.
Dreams come true. You're going to take just a pair of shorts and a...
funny you should say. It was a very late call-up because I got a phone call on Thursday. Do you want to do it? Can you go? And this is, on a plane tomorrow. I thought, shit, I haven't got a bloody a lightweight sort of smocky type thing. Who did I ring? My good mate, or our good mate, Pat Langley at Vycobie.
Oh, yeah? You got one of the new smocks?
Through.
Yeah.
It got one of the new smocks. It's rocking up at the 18s, double bay today. I've just got to cruise over there and pick that up. And so thank you so much, Pat Langley from Vycobie, with a very dry, extra large smock.
I'm guessing he's doing the commentary again. He's been ripping it up. He's been ripping it up.
And having a great chat.
Yeah, cool.
So,
all right.
There you go.
Moving on. Well done. Good luck, BP. Good to see the boys out there going for a sail. I'm jealous. The Jack Lloyd Listener of the Week, boys. It's that time where we listen to our listeners. And they send us some notes at cheers@barkarati.com. And it's that time of the month where our friends from Vycobie, Pat and his team, provide a couple of $100 worth of gear for the best communication of the month, and we get to decide, and it's just random. We just do it on a whim. There's plenty of communication because we've had a couple of weeks. Any boys want to jump in with any?
Well, but before we do though,
I can see you wanted to talk, boys.
For the listener of the month, just want to and you mentioned you're getting a new smock coming in today, BP. Having just done the Middle Sea race, decked out in the full Vycobi kit, can't recommend it higher. Whatever it might be, the salopettes, the smock, short sleeve, long sleeve, sun shirt, whatever it might be, you're gonna be. It's comfort reign supreme.
I did look on their salopettes online the other day. They are pretty cool looking salopettes. Everything looks good, but yeah. I was looking for the wife so I can get her into the water and doing a bit more. So I was trying to find her a pair of salopettes. So yeah,
there you go, beautiful. Yep. Anyway, what have we got here? We've got a few to cover off, don't we? Having missed a couple of weeks, having mentioned a few.
We've had to put a big filter. Like there's a lot of emails that do come in to cheers@barkarate.com.
Big filter, that's the word. Mark Disney, if you're listening.
You got filtered out. There's stuff we cannot put there.
If you want to win the Vycobi $200 voucher, just be slightly filtered.
All right. All right. So, bit of algae news. Obviously, made the comments. Obviously, we heard during the week that the Wallies are not going to be sailing at Brighton Seacliff because they're worried about the algae in the South Australia build-up. And I did mention a couple of weeks ago that maybe even Lincoln's got some. Dave Alexander, local sailmaker, Alexander Sales, fantastic bloke, fantastic sales. He said, I thought you did your research, Jordan. There's no algae in Port Lincoln. Well, Dave, I apologise. I might be wrong, but I did get a tip from a local. So that's where that information came from. But a bit sad that Brighton Seacliff have lost all the Wally sailors going to spend time at World's Greatest Yacht Club. But we did get an email from the Commodore of that yacht club, Mr. Matt Colliver, lovely man.
Matt, yeah.
Absolutely. And he wanted to address the old algae thing. So first, really interesting chat with Bicey on the world of big boats in European summers. That's cool. Back in sunny old Adelaide, sun's out, sailing has begun, new season on the water. Happy opening day to everyone. Opening day is behind us, season is on. Everyone's out sailing, training, squads are sailing, tackers are running. At Brighton Seacliff, the sailing is definitely on, with the effects of the algal bloom almost making no impact to our enjoyment. It's of course sad to see the impact on the sea life and the environment. We've had the odd day of no sailing due to water quality at our own decision, but that's not the norm. And losing a day sailing due to adverse conditions is really just part of sailing. On opening day, I decided to do some testing of the water quality personally, and aided ably by Vice Commodore Webby. G'day, Webby. Took a dip whilst transferring from the rib to the flagship. The result after full immersion and an afternoon on the water drenched in seawater and in my whites, nil, other than a bruised ego perhaps. The sail pass continued without further incident. Now, you've got to love a Commodore that's willing to get wet in their whites for the sail pass. Bicey would never have done that.
100% commitment.
Yeah, 100 on you, Matty. This doesn't negate the experience of other sailors and people along the coast. Some areas are indeed hit harder. Henley, West Beach, he's putting the boot in, Port River. But again, several weeks ago, Largs Bay held the youth champs without significant symptoms. This is well supported by government with care kits, extra showers, paramedics on site, not needed by anyone. It's just a variable is what it is, by day and by location. But again, some locations have a higher algal load than others, so being impacted worse. So now that the windsurfers have decided to pull back, they'll look elsewhere to hold the Nationals. Unfortunately, most took their information from the media or second-hand sources, which are painting a sad picture. Hopefully, I guess we're guilty of that. And high risk. It found it difficult to see past the fog to see the truth at Brighton. So at Brighton, we're now planning another event late January to be held when the windsurfers would have been there, and believe this will still be well attended. Does anyone remember attending the Board Sailors Ball? Boys, we all remember attending the Board Sailors Ball. Likewise, the Sharpies held the States in Lincoln a few weeks back with 23 boats, clear water, and have no immediate plans to divert to another location. Of course not. It's a fantastic place. So sailing in Adelaide is still up where they're the best, Jordan. You got that right, but please don't tell anyone. It's our secret. Well, we just did. So, yeah. So what Matt's saying is...
Can concur. Drove down the coast yesterday. Everyone was sailing. So he's correct. Matt's correct. Yachting is on.
Yeah. Well, it's just great. Obviously, if it's a dead still day, then you might get hot. One of your 40-degree days. That's probably the day you don't want to go out. But there's never any wind when it's 40 degrees in Adelaide. So, and a couple of ones.
Definitely go left. Definitely go left, though.
At some stage, it'll pay off.
Yeah. Don't say that out loud. People might use that, and once our local knowledge would be gone. We've got a couple of emails that I love, right? There's a couple here. So the one's from Nick Frout, and BP jumped onto this one straight away. But I love this sort of stuff. Hello, boys. Love the pod. Cracking stuff. Have you ever done a section on the XODs on the south coast of the UK? 100-year-old wooden sailing boats, only 200 ever built, only sailed at 6 clubs in the world, always the biggest fleet at Cows Week. Numerous Olympians, ex-world and European champions compete. John Tremlett is currently nominated for Yachtsman of the Year after winning Cows Week for a record 10th time and the overall regatta this summer. Could be an interesting episode. Right, 2 things in that. I love people sending episode ideas because it just takes a whole lot of load off at our end. But they're also promoting classes and different classes that we just don't know about. Like I love hearing this stuff. I don't know if you guys feel the same as I do, but we're happy to talk about other classes. So, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, it's not as though the XOD has gone under the radar because it's quite very significant boat, as mentioned by Nick. It's just good to get the reminder of all these people out there having a great time on different classes. Yeah,
and it's an incredible fleet when you look at the names and look at the numbers. It's just and there's fleets like that all around the world. So we love talking about it.
Yeah. Another one, Ian Bayliss, someone we've heard of from quite a bit, has written in just. Blah, 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 blah. Hopefully selling, blah, blah. Been waiting 3 weeks now. Yeah,
interesting.
That's how he started. That's what it says. No, he was just crapping on about bicycling. I moved past that. Been waiting for 3 weeks now, hoping you'd mention the King of Cherbourg and his amazing achievement. Not only did he win the Fastnet overall again, but the 19th time of asking, he also won La Solitaire de Figaro, both races finishing his home port of Cherbourg. That must have been an amazing atmosphere. He says King of Cherbourg doesn't mention anyone. You guys want to know who I'm talking about?
Oh, Alexis Loizen, of course.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. I'm, of course, talking about Alexis Loizen, someone whose commitment to sailing is astonishing. What a legend, and goes to show hard work pays. Never give up. I think it was 2-time Vendée winner Michael Desjoyeux who said in an interview the Solitaire is harder than the Vendée in many ways. Several 600-mile legs back to back over a month in a hugely competitive one-design fleet. Sailing one of the most technically challenging areas in terms of weather, tides, traffic, general. So in other news, now that Ocean Rope is Europe, when are you going to get someone on for a debrief? Funny enough, we've been working on that. We were having someone as a lead-up. We were going to have someone during the middle of the race and then someone straight after the race, but they all fell over. I'm not sure why. I blame Bicey. Could I suggest Alan Roberts?
You're welcome.
As not only was he on board Wholesome during that moment, his amazing wife, Amelie, finished on top, so to speak. So as part of the crew on Biotherm. So he's got to explain how that happened. Well, because she's better than him. She's on the Globe 40 and Alan is on the campaign trail looking for a Vendée sponsor. 452 miles in 24 hours on a 40-footer.
That's going.
The Globe 40. God, he's covering everything, Ian. Just then
check out this month. Yeah, check out the next paragraph.
Just spent my January Listener of the Month Vycobi voucher on some UV quick dries because now my beautiful wife Nia is back from her rowing extravaganza. It's my turn and I don't want to get sunburn, of course. I'll be pitching her across the pond solo in this year's edition of World's Toughest Row in December. Okay, be safe. Not sure why, to be honest. Seemed like a good idea over a couple of soft drinks in Antigua a few years back, and here we are. I'm doing it for Wales Air Ambulance, same team name, Lightship Atlantic. If it's looking like it'll be slower than now, I'll never live it down. Why? Be proud of your wives if they're better. My wife's better than me in every way. So I might row straight past Antigua and pop in for a brisket.
I'll keep an eye on the tracker.
Yeah.
The brisket's on.
Yep. Could waffle on for hours about various things, Olympic formats, halos and Sail GP, cup bullshit, etc. But I won't subject you to any more waffle. Always good fun to wake up here to you guys. Cheers. Well, Ian's a great man. Obviously, in and near, adventurers to the core and do raise funds. And in fact, Ian sponsors one of the mini teams, one of our previous guests on the show. So fantastic bloke. We love to hear from you. Good to see that you've got so much passion, mate. That was a good one. Yes, Alexis. I think we did mention it at the time, but I don't know if we obviously didn't mention it enough for you, so apologies. Any comments, boys?
I mean, nothing. Just reiterating. Plenty of topics there, Ian. Plenty of things discussed. Where do you go? Where do you go from that?
Oh, it's just...
But, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's written a run sheet for us, hasn't it? He almost...
No, exactly. Hey, Grok, turn this into a run sheet.
Right, yeah, that's good. All right, so Listener of the Month. I'm going to throw the nominees out and you guys can make a decision. But just be warned, we're not going to give money prize to someone that's already won. But Rob Allen, his email was about finding you, boys.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Much appreciated, Rob, on the dock. Coming to find me. Yep.
Ian Bov Turnbull, he immediately sent the video of the Saint-Tropez start before you'd even touch shore, boys. We had that video.
Off the list.
The list, yep, straight off the list.
Won't be getting 3 votes.
Matty Colliver, I think that was good. The Commodore throwing himself in the water.
Nice, Matt.
Or Ian Bayliss. But he's already won, as we know, because he mentioned it in his email. We don't actually track it. I have to go off my memory.
Yeah, well, and a great memory at that. You can fit a lot in that noggin. There's certainly no doubt about it. I might have to ring Dr. Carl. How much memory can you fit in a big noggin? I'm on the fence here between Matt. Enjoyed that, like factual that he sent through, Matt Colliver. And
well, there's nothing like seeing a Commodore in the water, is there? Really?
No, that's right, exactly. And Rob, just due to the fact he went out of his way, came down to this from a personal point of view, went out of his way, came down the dock, said hello.
But just before you vote, just before you vote, BP, I do want to throw something that's just popped into my head out. Now that Matt has jumped in the water at opening day as Commodore of Brighton Seacliff Yacht Club, can we say tradition? Is that the start of...
Is this the start of something?
Webby, I think you're next, mate. You could be.
It's the start of a tradition. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Right. So tradition. Let's just say, I think Brighton Seacliff 100 years. Was it this year or last year? I think so. Anyway,
no, 150 a couple of years ago. Yep.
Oh, 150. Oh, sorry, boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, team. Anyway, okay, BP, your vote. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, no, I was just chatting about Rob Allen's email, and I liked it because he found Vicey for us, because ultimately I know what it's like to get lost out there in this big wide world, and it's good to know that your mates are safe and sound. So I'm with Rob.
Well, okay, so Bice had Rob and Matt, and you've got Rob. So I'm guessing it goes to Rob, because I don't vote unless I have to. So, yeah. Congratulations, well Rob done, Allen. Rob. At some stage, I'll remember to send you an email and link you up with Pat. But, yeah, congratulations. Vycobi Listener of the Month, a couple of $100 worth of gear for you. Fantastic.
Well done, Rob. Thanks for the effort.
And you know what? Now that means that every bastard in the world is going to come hunting for you, Bice, every week.
Try and find a photo of any of us if we've gone missing.
And send an email in. Yep, that'd be perfect. All right. Very cool.
It's hot time with Bice.
Mr. Bice.
Oh, I've been writing notes
Have you?
for a couple of weeks now.
It'd be a big book.
I think this is going to be the world's longest hot time.
I lost them. Had all these great ideas. Had a bloody poem written about the offshore croc, the inshore croc, the down below croc, the onshore croc, everything. But
The croc of Corsica.
The croc of Corsica.
The crap you two were speaking between each other on a WhatsApp discussion. It was just croc.
You
crap.
saw my poem, didn't you? The Crocs of Corsica. It was a great poem.
It was croc crap. Anyway,
Beware the Crocs of
It was a
Corsica.
croc of crap. It was a croc of crap.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Rightio. Fresh in back of mind, Middle Sea race. It's a cracking race.
Right.
It's
so
a
good.
tough race. It's a tough race.
The fact you keep turning corners, and fortunately for us on the final, we can't turn right. So to turn left was. I think we've all seen Zoolander, and you might have seen. For those listeners out there, go check it out. Final Racing on Instagram. You'll find the video. I actually even think it made it to the Rolex Middle Sea Race video.
Right.
About our fearless leader John Desmond mentioning he got asked a serious question about the race, and he goes, "Well, you know, for final, we only like turning left anyway." So you could almost see like the interviewer just going, "Oh, what just happened?"
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
First night, pissed down in the rain. Not the most enjoyable. Finally kind of got to the end of the Messina Straits. This is from a final point of view, and then just the scenery, like exiting the Messina Straits, going around Strombley, active volcano, mind you.
Did you go around at night time, or what time?
No,
did you go?
during the daytime.
Was
Very
Stromboli
light.
in fine form?
Oh, the Stromboli was going off. Yep. You just hear the odd little rumble here,
It's
here and there, and then
It's
see
wild,
some,
isn't it?
see some smoke come out.
Stromboli sounds like a drink.
No, well, Stromboli is actually it's a bit of a pizza pasta type dish, served predominantly in the United States of America. Oh, we had this discussion. Don't worry about that. I don't believe the Strombolians actually pronounce it as Stromboli, but we thought it was pretty cool. But actually, and then proceed to head around the rest of the racetrack and just seeing, magnificent islands and landfalls, and bloody cool. Anyway, not the windiest race, but the Blackjack in its livery that we've seen now on the water for about 6 months, repainted, like magnificent looking boat, still super cool. Imagine it, 20 plus years old, and still out there winning races. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So they took the line on us. IRC World, Balthazar.
Yeah, we've got to say the 72 going well.
Mills 72 sailed extremely well by our friend. Well,
couple of friends.
By our boss. Of course,
yeah.
DP. Our backing. And with Philippe and Louis Bacalun owning the dual owners. So that was super cool. And then Django Deer, ex-Caro. That rapid, super rapid.
Where did the deer part come from? What are that?
I believe this may be absolute crap. Is basically Caro translated in translated means deer, as in doe, a deer, a female deer. But DWR is way better.
Right.
Written on there. So anyway, Django Deer sailed extremely well. We're going to see a lot of that boat, as we have done in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Daggett 5, one of the Carkeek 54, the green one, green and black. Yeah, that's a cool looking boat, and it's got some super cool stuff going on, including a Southern Spars mast, of course. So they do. Third IRC, then our good mates on Whisper.
Yeah.
A lot of mates on board. Bit of a dual, what do we call it? The Gualo team back together along with the Whisper team. So 2 teams combining to be one. And good to see that boat.
Great result for them, for sure.
Jeez, it was Aussie. Then, of course, who came in 5th?
The final.
And then
and then Zen.
Zen, yeah. It's an Aussie sandwich, mate.
Aussie sandwich.
Yeah.
Super cool to spend an hour or so with Gordon and Shane on the after the race. Us hanging out. So, but
I'm guessing Shane put the boot into me a couple more times.
Oh no, constant.
Constant.
BP. Yeah. Bang, Jordan. Bang, boss. Bang. You're gone.
Did you? No. Have you watched the video of the start yet, boys?
Which one? Because there's multiple starts.
Start?
Your start for the Middle Sea race. Your start.
No.
Okay.
Negative.
Okay. It's quite clear on the footage as you are starting to get to the entrance, moving out to the entrance. You come off the rail, get onto the pumps, ready to do a bit of grinding. Clearly evident that you knew you were on camera. You made a move to be seen on camera, and then you get to the grinder station and you just rest against it.
Well, I was tired. We'd raced for at least 8 minutes.
It was, and the commentators go, "Oh, there's Bicey this, Bicey that," and I'm going, "Bicey's doing nothing."
Yeah, they're definitely called for weight in.
Oh, okay.
Preparing for the hoist.
Very good.
But
ready to go.
In saying that, the start of the race, like inside the harbour,
it's great, isn't it?
cool.
Yeah,
we're actually we just did a bit of a motor because you weren't allowed to sail in there prior, as in the days prior. So we're just doing a motor in, and as it turned out, right on the strike of midday, boom, the cannons go off.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room in there, is there, either?
No. Yeah. So, but that was cool. Super cool.
There's not much room to escape if you're barging either.
Well, no. Put it that way. You don't want to be hitting that one. That might have been a few more nights out.
Yeah.
Well done, Balthazar. Deserved win, and special mention, Django Deer, of course.
Yeah.
Very close. Only 5 minutes uncorrected.
Wow.
That's good.
Lost out by. So, but highly recommended race. Definitely one of the 600s to put on the bucket list.
Right. Very cool. I do want to give you a little opportunity here for a throw. More on the final, boss. You've been doing something special for us.
The final.
Yeah.
Yes, we have done. I did mention John Schaefer's maybe the listener of the year, but I think this young lady, she could be listener of the year.
She's definitely passionate.
Transitioned her to the Barkarati, the sailing podcast earlier in the year. Sarah Desmond, wife of John, gives us a bit of a rundown. What's life like being a wag?
It's a great discussion. So just before we go to your little recording there, boss, and Sarah, thank you so much for doing it. She does mention how much she loves Barkarati and the chuckles she gets from it. And you did this great interview questions that you came up with, your great little idea that you went through, and there's some great conversation there. I just want to check with you, my friend. Do I have to edit it down, or should we just include that from the very start?
Oh, we could probably take out the very first bit.
Where you're ordering your drinks. Oh, I like it. It was
2:30 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So
I did.
Yeah, no, we could leave it in Corsica. In Corsica, it was post the Tour de Course race. Just about to go out for a final lunch. And just prior to things kicking off, we thought we'd just get a bit of an interview. I've been promising Sarah something for quite a while now, and there we have it.
All right, well, let's have a listen.
Let's go.
Saying, where are we? You explain where we are.
We are in the most beautiful island, which is actually French, but not really. It's Corsica. So it's not Italian, it's not French, but it's Corsican. And it's fantastic. You guys just wrapped up an amazing race on the final.
Hashtag final.
Yeah, that was
of course. Oh,
Thank
no,
you.
not the check. No, we want drinks. No, the guy out there with the moustache, he's paying.
Yeah, okay.
He's paying. While we're at it,
Are we going with this?
yeah, we're still going.
Yeah.
We're live.
Could I please just do just vodka, neat? Yep.
And I'll have pression, s'il vous plaît.
Pression?
Oui.
On n'a pas de bière pression.
Okay, bitte Heineken.
Heineken.
Wait.
Yeah.
No Heineken.
No Heineken.
It's Pietra, Corse. Pietra.
Pietra. Wait. Merci.
Merci.
All right.
Okay, so anyways,
to the listeners.
So, you can tell the language barrier is a little tough here in Corsica. But yes, no. So we are here.
No, still recording.
We are
Let's go.
here because I have come to see my lovely final.
Okay, I'm going to jump in.
Okay. Go
So,
ahead. Look at that.
what we're doing here today, the idea is we're talking to one of the greatest swags of all time.
Swags.
As
Sailors,
in
wives, and
sailors.
girlfriends.
Exactly. Sailors, wives and girlfriends. Wife of John Desmond, owner of Final.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, privileged to sail on the boat. John's been an owner of the boat for 12 months now?
Yeah,
I
think she came about a year ago.
Yeah. Super cool program, super cool people. John's always had this idea of going to cool places, sailing with cool people. But what we thought would be interesting is to get behind the scenes. What happens at home to make this shit happen, right?
Yeah.
So super important. And what we did do, sent out a note to all the final crew. You can submit one question, and we're going to roll through a few of those questions.
All right.
And let's see where we end up. But Sarah, just introduce yourself.
Yes.
First
So Sarah Desmond, John and I have been married for the head swag. Yeah, married for 10 years. I am not, or I was not a sailor, right? So when John and I first met, my very first time sailing, other than like a sunfish little teeny tiny boat, was when John and I touched down in St. Martin, got on his dad's
Swan?
Yeah,
56 or so?
I think it was a 48, yeah.
Yeah.
And John went down below, his mom went down below, and then I literally have my back to the mast the whole entire time, and every now and then his dad Jack would peek around the mast as he was driving, and be like, you okay? It's like, I'm fine, just keep going. So that's like my favorite story. But
all right, cool. First time I met you after the Caribbean 600, you met us on the dock.
I did.
I
did.
I believe you had broken into the emergency supply of vodka in the team container, which you then, of course, fed us with, which was much appreciated, by the way. And now we've seen each other on tour a few times. And you've become a big fan of bar karate.
I cannot tell you about how much I love bar karate. So I dropped the kids off at school on Monday, and I literally do my 2-mile walk while listening to you guys, and I laugh my ass off. I probably look like a weirdo walking down the street, just laughing at myself and being, oh. And I've learned so much about sailing from you guys, and I really love it.
I mean,
I'm kind of fangirling.
We want to be informative. We want to be
so
funny.
Good.
I forget the third bit, but anyway.
It's so
but
good.
that's cool.
Just Crocs for life.
All right, so let's roll into a few of the questions.
Let's go.
All right, shall we ask Jim Turner?
Oh, JT.
Jim Turner.
My boy.
First time.
Yeah.
No,
Do
not.
you want white or blonde filtre?
White, please. Thank you.
Sorry, guys, we're ordering drinks.
We're just ordering drinks.
Yeah,
So
it's fine. No big deal.
Jim Turner, as a percentage, do you know, or do you even care for that matter, what country or event your partner's at?
Me personally,
I could probably answer this for you.
Me personally, no. I would probably go maybe 5%. Only just
You're big on the content though.
Yeah, no.
Final, Instagram.
Content for me for life. Again, final on Final Racing on Instagram. But yeah, no. Personally for me, I kind of like to know where he is, but yeah, no. I don't really care.
All right, I've got another one. This is actually from your son, Hunter Desmond.
Oh, my middle child.
Why does Dad love sailing more than his family?
Well, Dad loves sailing just because, it's fun. He's got such a good group of guys, and I think that he's trying to just pave the way for all three boys. We have 3 boys, all 3 of them to go out and sail and do the same thing. So Hunter's lying. Dad loves him very much.
That's right, Hunter. Dad loves you a lot. Very much, for that matter. And you might be the favourite, from what I hear.
He's my
all right.
favorite.
Tommy Loughborough.
Oh, no.
Just come in from Tommy.
Yes.
He's just left the dock. The boat's heading to Malta.
Yeah.
So, is owning a pro sailing team, as you do, akin to having a dozen surrogate husbands, brothers, or children?
You know what?
And you don't have to speak specifically about me on this.
You know what? You guys are all I feel like I am kind of like the mother to everybody, even though you guys are like, I don't know. I feel like it's children, but everybody also looks after me. So I don't know. Probably brothers. I would say brothers.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I feel it. Oh, here's a classic coming in. Cam Appleton.
Oh, Cam, what do you got?
Do you get more excited when your better half leaves to go sailing to a sailing event, or arrives home from one?
When he leaves, all day. All day. I can't wait to starfish in my bed by myself. It's so nice. And there's no laundry, no dishes. Everything's clean.
No dickhead comments.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Oh, this one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no, I won't mention that. That was from your husband.
Don't read that one.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Classic Reggie.
All right.
Hataris Reggie.
Yeah.
When you attend sailing events, do you prefer to hang out with your husband or the team?
100% the team. Team all day. But only because we have such a good team. And we've always had a good team. But I really feel like everybody that we have currently is like super lovely, and you guys don't care how much shit I talk, and everybody kind of looks after me, and it's fun. I love it.
All right. Here's another one from Cam, Beauty Cam. Is every venue your husband attends on the list, or are you selective to only join on the more exclusive event location? Before your answer, I have seen you in St. Bart's this year. There was not a final regatta, but it's St. Bart's.
I'm dripping in St. Bart's. St. Bart's is literally my favorite place. My dog is named Gustavia Van Winkle after my favorite place and John's favorite bourbon. No, I honestly, I don't. I don't choose it as it goes, but yeah, if it's super annoying to get to, no, I'm not going to go visit you. But I don't know. I'll go wherever the swags are. You know?
All right, we're going to launch into a few more personal questions just from my side.
Okay, give it to me.
And just for the listener and for you boys, Jordan and BP.
Oh, hey, Jordan and BP.
Super cool program. You guys have heard me speak about it, but fully accepting into the fact of partners come on tour, go to these cool places, and as John has always said, and I mentioned it before, but cool places, cool people. It's what it's all about. But you're not only on tour with all the boys, but the other swags.
Yeah, the girls.
Who's your favourite?
I can't do that. No, I can't do that.
No, of course.
Joanna.
No.
What? No.
Well,
she is. Yeah.
Cool.
She's my wife. I love it.
There you go.
Not in real life, but bestie.
Yeah, but finals a family.
Yeah, though that's our whole the whole entire concept of the final team is to make sure that, and John sticks with this, and I remind him of this all the time. It's we want to sail with friends and people who are cool. Obviously, we are blessed to have a ton of like great people who are sailing with us, but I don't want like a dickhead guy.
No, we have a strict no dickhead policy.
I don't want a dickhead out there that thinks that he's cool and is mean to everybody else. I want everybody to have a good vibe. Like, we've got such a good core team, and everybody that has come on board, I'm so thankful that everybody has come on. And
speaking of coming on board, then, and not in that term,
okay,
but John Desmond, owner, is running a pretty slick mustache at the moment, right?
That thing.
Turning up
wild.
at lunch today, myself and Jim Turner, with some mustaches blended in. Is this considered a
well, it's almost Movember.
Tribute?
It's almost Movember.
A tribute or an insult?
I mean, it's you guys look beautiful. I love it so much, you guys.
All right, we'll do we'll get a photo. We'll put it up on something.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Instagram. We might have to get you to do it.
You might have to do
Instagram.
final.
Yeah,
you might have to follow it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, everybody's just so lovely. And
so a few years ago, you had the 41-footer. Then you've got this boat.
She was my final.
Yeah,
and you know what happened? I got a final. Because there's never a final.
That's right. It's like one more, no more.
Yeah, we had uno mas, no mas, dos mas, or something. And then next, and then final.
There we go.
He's got a theme. Love it.
Good. What's plans from here? Final.
I believe
asking for a friend.
So we are actually she is underway making way right now down or over to Malta to do the Middle Sea race with our amazing fucking captain. Sorry.
Oh, we can
amazing fucking captain,
yeah.
Joey Mello. Shout out to Joey.
Good big shout out.
He has been fucking put through the ringer and hung out and stayed with us. And then Matt Wardell, also awesome. So gonna do hopefully everybody makes it back from the Middle Sea, and then I think that she sits there, and then John goes onto his other boat.
And the other boat being we're doing the Middle Sea race.
Yeah.
The other boat being the M32.
Yeah, so M32 will be down. He's doing I think it's the Worlds down in Miami. I don't quote me on this, but I think it's the M32 Worlds down in Miami.
Yeah.
And also that boat's name is FYJ because when he bought it, I just kept saying, "Fuck you, John." So
And from what I hear,
there's a little nod.
From
to
what
it.
I hear,
I think there's going on the mainsail.
The painters at North Sails have never seen a much more bigger logo put on a mainsail.
It's going to be great. But now I'm kind of regretting it. But I'm like, fuck it. Fuck you, John. Let's go.
Well,
he has fun.
So the story we have from the from the M32 team, they see the FYJ on the boat, and everyone's like,
"What is that?"
Well, first of all, who's this guy coming in? Can he sail? Can he do this? Can he do that? Then the FYJ, and then as it gets explained, fuck you, John.
Huh?
Perfect.
I think that everybody likes that.
Yeah.
I mean,
because we all know you run the campaign.
I do.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, no big deal. I'm kind of a DJ. No,
You're kind of a big deal.
No, I'm not. I'm also like the nicest person that you could ever meet, but you
100%.
Just get into it. And also, Bicey, you make me so happy every time I hear you talk. I was like, oh.
Well, I've missed a few weeks. I've missed a few weeks, but there's a couple of reruns. You got like 330 episodes you can get through.
Don't worry, I'll get through them. But I do like when I'm walking on my thing and I hear just crickets after your thing. But it's fine. It's fine. So.
All right. So what have I got left here? We've read the questions. People have
read
sent
the
in.
questions. I need this to go. I'm petrified.
Oh, this is going viral for sure, especially via the Final Racing Instagram page. Yeah. We've spoken about your beautiful mustached husband.
Oh yeah.
And what he does. How about the rest of the crew? Who's your favourite?
Well,
I mean, I'm not setting
you.
up. Yeah, of course. All right. Next question.
Duh. You. Oh, I don't know. Everybody is so lovely and they're so nice and everybody puts in so much work and everybody does such a good job and nobody complains about anything. That much. I mean, everybody's got a little complaint, but nobody complains that much about anything and everybody shows up and you know what? You guys fucking send it, which
Get
is
shit done.
like that.
Actually, we haven't even spoken about this race. So
this race has been. I have not. Okay. For the listeners, don't tell my husband. I literally have not been this excited about this race, a race in 13 years. But Final was sending it the whole entire time. And for you guys to come in and finish first, I almost like cried. And again, not emotional, but I was like, yes, so good. I don't care if you guys get it because once you get your handicap things, but it was amazing. It was so good. And it wasn't really a tight race, but you guys fucking nailed it. I got scared in the end, though.
Yeah, it was a little bit scared.
A little bit of a hole there in the end. Yeah. But it was so good. I loved it. And everybody got along, and everybody was fine. I loved it.
All right, what's the plan now? We said we'll keep it to 20 minutes. We've just finished
drinking.
Round Corsica. We're having a nice lunch. Yeah. We're probably going to go up, visit the Old Town on a fascio.
Old Town's so nice, yes.
And then go to Malta next week.
We're
on a plane tomorrow. What's plans?
I'm on a plane tomorrow. I'm going. So my husband's nice enough. We're going to go to Sardinia. No,
Sorrento.
Sorrento. Thank you.
Oh, perfect.
And then I get in a cab, go home to the kids, and he goes to Malta, and I'll see him in a couple of weeks.
Perfect.
It's great.
And just similar. Remember the shirts we brought. Those beautiful shirts from Catherine's. The ones that I'm down to about 18 euros per wear at the moment.
I think you're really crushing it.
If John is not coming back from Sorrento with a white linen shirt with lemons all over it.
Do you want
actually, I think...
Do you want two?
I want, we definitely need to.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
I'll put it in them. Yeah. I'll put the pressure on.
Yeah. And we'll be running that. Maybe we could wear it offshore. What do you think? Yeah. Good food content?
I love it. Yeah. Oh, and John's got the new selfie stick. So that's the thing.
All right. So
very expensive selfie
check it
stick.
out. Final Racing. John's got a new selfie stick. It's some of the best content that you'll ever see.
I do love it.
Coming out.
It's way better than what I can do.
Anyway, let's call it there.
All right.
20 minutes. Oh, right
we're
on
so
the dot.
close. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Just want to say thanks. I know you're a massive fan of the show.
I am.
And
like maybe one of these days, Kobe could send me something.
You could be a listener of the month.
I do love
listener of the month.
Kobe. We are.
Yeah, we're fully decked out.
We are
full
fully decked out by Kobe. Yeah, but I don't need anything. So
shout out to Pat and Jim.
Yeah, it's amazing. Awesome. You guys do a great job.
BP, Geordie, chat soon.
Okay, love you guys. Call me.
Thanks, Johnny.
Bye.
See you.
Cool, boss. That was very cool.
What do you say? What do you say?
Well, it's just life at the whack, life at the top. Yeah. Exactly.
The swag, yeah. Queen swag.
Yeah.
Has she got a shirt made up for that yet? We could have.
Oh, mate, we got plenty of shirt ideas. Pat, I know you're listening. Jim Turner will be in touch with plenty of shirt ideas coming through.
Yeah. So very cool. It sounds like a great team to be part of.
Yeah, no, it's a family. I know you kind of say that, but the size of a 50-footer, when you're sailing with between 12 and 14 people, and with wives, girlfriends, partners coming on tour as well.
Yeah,
it is a family.
Very cool. Very cool.
Very honoured to be part of it.
Very good.
Next
Coastal Classic. Before Coastal Classic, and before mentioning the line honours winner, Lucky, Sydney to Auckland race.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
she rocks up. Geez, she smoked across there.
There's still. I believe there's still wake left in the Tasman as we speak.
It was a blinder.
What was it?
If you look at the
under 3 days. Under 3 days.
If you look at the distance and the time it took, it's well past a record time for any long race.
Yeah.
So, if you look at that in Sydney Hobart time, it's incredible what they did.
Mate, they finished Sydney Hobart in about 8 hours.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That thing, it must have been an absolute ball to be on board. That thing just smoked across. Anyway, yeah, I couldn't believe it.
The boat itself, it'll probably never win on IRC, anything. But when it's dialed in, triple-headed, nothing's going to beat that thing.
Yeah.
Boat for boat.
And, if you watch the video of the start, I think Boating New Zealand have put up a bit of video of the start, and it's sort of a tight reach off the line, and there's a lot of boats over camp, like big kites up, leaning hard, and trying to just hold, trying to hold, and then Lucky's just cruising at the back, and then it sort of just got the Genoa out, then it unfurls the zero, then out comes the staysail, and then off she goes.
Off she goes.
Yeah.
They were just mention that race, hey, the Sydney to Auckland yacht race. So it's gonna grow, I think.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because Lucky's entered the Hobart, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Lucky's entered the Hobart.
So straight back across. Yeah.
Yep. So going to be super cool to see them on the start line. But they did win line honours. Get line honours. It's quite a slow race for the Coastal Classic. I think they finished at 3 a.m. or something, followed by Callisto and Mayhem. Yeah. So 52-footers. But I haven't seen the IRC or any provisional handicap results. But
they actually race under PHRF, Bicey. So it's an interesting one. Hasn't seen any myself, but it was a light race. Auckland, of course, start up to the Bay of Islands. Beautiful part of the world. So it's a big fleet too. It was a lot of boats. So I'm sure we'll get some stories out of it.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, I've got a PHRF. So I think at the moment, if we went to Div 1, I haven't got an overall one, but in Div 1, another Duchess I think is leading the way on that. Anyway.
Nice. What else I got here? Oh, Sydney Hobart. We've kind of covered off on the Sydney Hobart.
Yeah,
but as we kind of lead in, what are we, beginning of November, pretty much, well, end of October. So we've got a few more weeks to start dialing that in and seeing who's on the start line and watching the lead up, Cabbage Tree and all those races. So we'll keep a close eye on that. But another stellar fleet.
Well, I guess, as we say, the middle C ends and the Hobart starts. It's just an ongoing saga, this yacht racing thing, isn't it?
Oh, she's 12 months a year. Full nice. Funny that, 12 months in a year.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And then finally, I've got Bermuda Cup, boys. All on. Bermuda. Awesome racing. At time of recording, we don't have a winner determined as yet.
Yeah.
But Jodie Bernstrom and Ian Williams in the final for the men's. Anna Ostling from Sweden and Leah Vogelius from Norway in the women's.
Cool stuff.
Well, I've got a surprise for you. Well, actually, BP organised this surprise.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Speaking of the classic, we've got Suellen Hurling on the line from Live Sail Die. We're going to go and get some inside tips. Suellen, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing?
Thanks for having me. Hello, thanks for having me, gentlemen. Can I say that?
You don't say gentlemen. That's inappropriate.
We'll just start out with a bunch of lies, shall we?
We take offence to
that. You've, of course, all in a tither, all excited. Everything's going off in New Zealand because do you say PIC or PIC Coastal Classic?
PIC Insurance Brokers, so PIC Coastal Classic.
Yeah.
Massive supporters of yacht racing here in New Zealand.
Yeah, nice. Well promoted. Well done. Right, so races one and done. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, we've got a winner. Mate, they made stars of themselves. You could call them the Star Maker.
Nice.
And for the listeners, who won?
Oh, that would be Star Maker. And that was Matt. I've got to spell his name, pronounce his name right.
Krogstad.
Matt Krogstad.
Yeah.
And Reese Cole.
Yeah, well, that was a hard one to pronounce, that last one.
Congratulations to Starmaker. And the beauty is it's a FAR 1020. Now we're talking about a bit of age here.
Yeah, it's definitely an old boat fleet race this year. And you know what? These boats are actually younger than us, though.
Oh, that's cheeky. All right, so what do we got? We've got the FAR, then the Paddy Wagon in second, a young 88, young Mischief trying to get into the Paddy Wagon, a young 88. So
and
that's
how. An SR26.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible when you look at the actual top 10 even. It's FAR 1020, Ross 930, Shaw 9, Ross 930, FAR 36 one design. So Elliot 9, it's pretty cool. I mean, what it does say is that you can go racing, doesn't it?
It is the good thing about this race is that it doesn't matter what you've got, how old, how fast, how much money's in your pocket, you can go out there and win the damn thing. And the thing is, so like Reese and Matt, I mean, not only did they win overall on PHRF, but they were also double-handed. So, these guys that have, fully stacked the rail with 10 or 12 crew, you could just economise and just take your mate up and win.
Take your mate up and win. I love it.
So the race itself, it starts in Auckland?
Yep, starts off Devonport Wharf, and it's a really cool site actually because not many races actually start in that location. And 3 starts. First one is at 9:30, last start is at 10 o'clock, and they just basically head north. They dodge a bunch of islands on the way. Some of them stop, go to the bar, and don't come back for more.
Yeah, don't remind me.
I've got a really cool email though from the winners. Oh. So this came through from Matt today to me. We entered the Coastal Classic double-handed on a FAR 1020, aiming to beat the other double-handed FAR 1020. And maybe if we did really well, we could win the double-handed trophy, which I had won about 18 years ago. He had just started sailing then, and it was his first big win.
Wow.
This year he ended up becalmed off Cowell, calculating by when he needed to start making decent DMG to the bread before they would have to before they'd miss the cutoff and needed to pull out. The breeze filled in. We ended up winning double-handed, our division, and overall.
Wow.
Nice one. Well, congratulations to Matt and Reese, wasn't it? Reese, you said?
Matt Reese, yeah.
So
what an effort!
So they basically go north, don't they? So it's up to how far they go? It's up to
they go 119 nautical miles.
Ooh. 190 nautical miles.
119.
Yeah, and so like I saw the start, it was kites up, so downwind. But it was
first time for a while.
Yeah, first time for a while, right? Wasn't a super quick race, I'm guessing, with all the smaller boats coming in.
Did you see all the drift out photos and the drift out
pretty
pass
drifty,
out videos?
Well, I was just trying to give you a lead in.
Breeze at the end of the race, Jay. So
I was just trying to give you a nice subtle lead in. That's all. But you took it and threw it at me.
Bloody Bugalugs keeps talking over the top of me.
That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. One thing I did notice with the race, and it is a big deal. Like this race is for the Kiwis. It's a big one. Everyone goes out, and it's, as you're saying, Suellen, anyone can race. Get your boat and go and have a good time, and that's what the Kiwis do so well. Absolutely, they love it, and it's good to see. I did notice in the multis, I had a look across there, and I saw a Ventador one, which is Stephen Bull's. I think he designed and built that boat, and I think it's up for sale. That Matera 40, I think it is. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a good story. Go with that one.
All right. I saw the footage of it. I saw it cutting across in the camera footage that I got to see. So Aventador, it's all painted up bulls, full carbon jobby, 40-foot catamaran. And
it looks pretty sleek on the water. Really, really high, though. Like it looks like a skyscraper.
Yeah, it's high sides on it, but it is for sale at the moment if you want one. Then it gets a bit crazy. So you had Aventador, then Hooters, and then Lucifer into third. So yes, some naughty names in the multi-holders.
We'll leave it at that, won't we?
Yes, we won't touch that.
Hooters goes well.
Have you ever had a chance to do the race yourself, Suellen?
I tell you what. Apparently you're not a Kiwi until you've done the Coastal Classic.
Right.
Does photographing over 10 starts count as doing the Coastal?
Well, that's the choice you make when you do the journalist side, isn't it? You give up your sailing. That's what people don't realise. It's very hard to get a sailing. So, and you do great photos, as everyone knows. Live, sail, die. If you want to check that statement out. But, so you're not a Kiwi, you're still an Aussie, which is great. We can keep you and we can trade you off when we need to.
I love that. You always trade me off, though. I tell you what, I got to say, it was so cool to start this year, and for a number of reasons. Yes, there was more than 5 knots of breeze. It was, kites up, so lots of colour, which was really cool to see. But I guess the one thing is that it doesn't matter how big or small the boat was. All I saw was smiles. Yeah. And it's like, this is so cool. Like, everybody is so pumped to be out here because it is a long weekend here this weekend, and it does signify the start of summer sailing, like the Great Race North. And I just couldn't get over how, I don't know, just everyone was just so pumped and happy. And I don't know, something about this year that the Coastal just, I don't know, reignited our love for yachting. Like, it's been pretty hard here over the past few years.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Well, that is very, very cool. I'm glad to hear that. More Kiwi sailing, the better. They do it pretty bloody well. So, yeah.
And I've got to say as well, like having boats like Lucky and Callisto come over and make the start line, it definitely 100%. Really helps with the profile of the event. The other thing that really helps is when you get someone named Brett use the tracker wrong and turn himself on as an entry sitting in Australia and then completely and utterly lies and denies that it's not him.
Well, I was hoping that would come up because I shouldn't be allowed to enter the race.
Oh, just calm down. Calm down. It's free tracker.
All I did was turn the tracker on and press enter, thinking I was entering the tracker.
Mate, you did it all wrong. You caused me all sorts of drama. I'm sitting here this morning messaging the Predict Win team. It's that bloody Australian Brett. Far out. He's following his boat Radix. They're not even going well. Can't believe it.
Radix not going well. Our friends at Radix they went a few extra miles by the sounds of it from what it looks like on their tracker, and they were looking for Brett because.
Oh, hang on. Has Brett gone quiet?
No. I just don't know how I'm able to enter a race on a tracker.
Just calm down. It's a free tracker. It's a bit of fun. Look, the whole thing about the Coastal Classic, the PIC Coastal Classic, is that you can do the race on a budget.
You don't even need a boat.
Right. I was on my bed.
I tell you what, though,
Tracker, what's going on? I can't see anything.
When I checked into the tracker and I'm looking there, I'm like, you muppet, what are you doing? It's not hard. You're the only other person in the world that has done this.
Oh, no. Poor Brett.
You're welcome.
No, it's all good.
I love it.
But Brett, I did get some good photos of your boat. I'll tell you what, it was looking pretty schmick.
There we go.
Very cool. Very cool. Excellent. All right, Suellen, very much appreciate you making the effort. And if anyone does want to have a look at some of those photos, just go to Live, Sail, Die. Check it all out. And, you'll enjoy some great sailing from New Zealand.
Very
Thanks,
good.
guys.
Well done.
All right, appreciate it. Keep it real.
Cheers.
See ya.
There you go. Suellen, she's always a font of knowledge. Man, that girl, she's another one with the passion that's just dived in and
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen Suellen's photo?
Which one?
We'll be seeing on socials at the minute the photo of the year.
Double dive on the foiling.
Oh yeah. That one. Yeah.
And there's a lot of our mates, including Suellen,
James,
some amazing photos.
James Tomlinson photo of the spinnaker letting go. That's a cracker too.
Yeah.
We'll get James on the show actually.
Yeah, James is keen. He's keen to come on.
Yeah, he's a good lad. Yeah, cool. Anything else, boys?
Oh, I think that's it. What a wrap up.
What a show. Like, this is going to be a world record for length, I think. But you know what? Worth it.
Not the first time you said that. No, I think episode 297. I think you mentioned that as well.
You could be right.
We haven't said off the top of your head for a while.
Yeah.
Well, that as well. Could be a world record.
Are we just lingering on? Have we got a time going on in the background?
Beauty.
Come on, get it going. Let's go.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great week. Good to see you, boys. Let's make sure we keep doing this. If you want to reach out to us, cheers@barkarati.com is the best way to get to us. If you go to Radix Nutrition and use Barkarati as your discount code, that's one word, you can get a discount on us. And, thanks to Pat and the team for giving away a couple of $100 worth of gear from Vycobi. Tune into the 18s today and you can catch up with Pat and hear him. Yeah. He's quite good. He's a good commentator. Great fun. Boys. Great to see you, boys.